Day 448. So I have been fasting today, right? And I will probably be fasting 8 days this round, mostly because while it is technically going to be during a work week, days are kind of blurring together. So doing an extra fasting day is not really going to do much, at least from what I'm figuring. I might also eat one less day. Like I said, the hard deadline is in July. I believe it's July 5th or 7th. And by that day, I have to be 181, right? I'm weighing in, I'm averaging between 200 and 220, with sometimes going over 220. Of course, the beginning of this year, I was trying to focus on slow weight loss, but still weight loss, right? Like losing a pound or two for over the course of a week or two. And then my trip didn't end up happening. And so I've gone back to I've been doing 7 and 6. So technically 8 and 6. But it's as like over the course of 2 weeks, it's technically 8 and 6. But essentially, right, I do 7 days, and then I do 6 days, and so I'll end 1 day less, and then start the fasting again. So instead of doing a week to week, I've been doing whatever day to whatever day, which hasn't really mattered because, again, I'm fasting, I'm staying at home for the most part, other than going on my hikes or my bike rides. Those are really my, going out type of things, or the going to the grocery store. But either way, right, like I need to start getting consistently under 200. And so I need to ramp up because, it seems like far away, July, but that's the beginning of July. So I've got, 2 rounds in May, 2 rounds in June, which is 4 rounds, which means I need to be averaging, 4 or 5 pounds lost during a round, which I completely did multiple times, during the course of my weight loss last year. But I haven't really achieved that this year. I haven't really gone under 200 on a regular basis. And yes, if I'm losing, it seems like I'm losing like 25 pounds during my rounds, which is great. But like, I need to be able to consistently do 20 pounds. And so I need to start getting that push to go down. And I can't necessarily end it early, but I can end it 2 weeks earlier than the due date. So if I happen to get down to 181, then great, done, right? And I'll go back to doing the 7 and 7 and pushing for that. But otherwise, I really need to start focusing on bringing down the number, regardless of how I feel about my skin or other things. I only have to hit the number, and then I can, go back to, maintaining, working on my skin, and then kind of do, 2 or 3 tiers of weight loss, right? So I've kind of been maintaining. I lose 20 pounds, right? I maintain at the 80 to 200 pound range. And I work on my skin for, a couple months, and then I, focus on losing again, right? And go for my ultimate goal of 150. Because that is kind of the average range that I want to be dealing with, but I need to, work on it. And while I have been maintaining, I haven't really focused. And so I need to do that. And, part of that is increasing the amount of fasting days. But as I've found out for the last time that I tried to do a push, where I was doing the 5-2, my body really does need about 5 days to just reset and get to the point where it can lose a bunch of weight. I do the 5-2. I lose all the weight that I gained for the 2 days, and then I gain like 15 pounds, and then I spend 5 days losing it, right? And so I don't really net anything at the end. And I was able to lose, about 40 pounds doing that, but then I spent a bunch of time recovering. So ultimately, that's why I'm trying this 5-8. It should get me to a point where I'm, back on track food wise, and get me to lose the weight because I'm taking extra days, both on the fasting side and on the eating side. So we'll see how it goes.